Live on the Speakeasy. Today we got Eric Winn.
Yes, sir.
Eric was a speaker last year at Witness Storm Conference in New Orleans. Brought the veterans up. You and I met at the Memorial Day rally back in 2020 during the unconstitutional lockdown of America.
Yes, sir.
Trying to open up, and we're talking. Eric's actually since then, guys, has become a partner in. Is it coatings? It's poly. It's not coatings. You call it.
It's
RPMs.
a membrane. It's a reactive plastic membrane.
So RPM, reactive plastic membrane, and the name is PolyArmor.
Yes, sir.
So you're a managing partner at PolyArmor, which is a manufacturer of this membrane, and they also certify installers, roofing installers, on how to use this type of coating or membrane on low slope roofing systems.
Well, we've been in testing this for 3-4 years now, and when we got into NOLA, we were already well underway. But
So you were partnered up then.
Yes, sir. But we
Just
were
not fully launched.
We wasn't ready to really launch yet. We'd like to take our time, see how the product reacts in different kind of weather, really test it out, and give it a good run through, and make sure it's going to hold up before we put our names behind it.
So now I call that coatings. You don't like to use the word coatings.
Well, there's a lot of different coatings out there, but not all coatings are created equal. And I'm not knocking any coating. Every coating has its own little niche and has a good purpose, but some coatings I just prefer more than others.
Yeah. Now, I know you met a couple contractors today that were coming in for boot camp that are already interested in getting your certification. So these guys actually come out on site and do a certification with some of their installers?
Yes, sir. If somebody wants to use our actual system, our membrane, then they actually have to get certified. But it sounds a lot more strenuous than what it is. What we do is we come out, actually help you prep and get the site ready, and then we actually teach you how to use it so you can get certified and get covered by the warranty that we have on it.
We're also going to be shooting a new course inside SVG University for, now again, I'm going to say the word coatings because it still sounds like a coating to me.
Old habits die hard.
You call it a reactive plastic membrane, but it's a coating of some kind on top of usually a low slope roofing system.
Yes, sir.
And when I first got into coatings was actually right here in Phoenix. They had a massive hailstorm here, October 2010, and we came here primarily shingles and tile, which is residential sleep soap, but we got into about 40-50% of the market here is foam, SPF foam, and elastomeric coating is a lot of the coatings used on a foam here.
I love SPF. Any kind of spray coating we can go right down over the top of. I don't want to give away too much. This is kind of like we're not really blowing this off the roof until when the storm. But I mean, as a little bit of something is we can go over TPO, EPDM, mod bit, pretty much just about any kind of roof you've got in low slope or flat roof. But
in general, coatings or reactive plastic membranes, as you like to call it, for low slope roofing systems, we started getting into that after the 2010 storm here because the foam, where the hail hit, pretty obvious when the hail hit the foam and actually broke the coating and into the foam.
Yes, sir.
But a lot of the marginal areas, you could see the, let's say the abrasions into the coating, but it didn't, go an inch down into the foam, and it was kind of a marginal, especially in a larger low slope roofing system. It was a marginal call by the adjuster, because in some cases they'd call it cosmetic, and oftentimes by taking a step back instead of going for a complete re-roof, we would say, well, why don't we go ahead and just do a new coating on this, because it was marginal. And that created a win-win-win for the adjuster, the property owner, and the contractor.
Yes, sir.
Because instead of having to tear off all that foam and go into the decking, which ultimately is what we wanted, but in some cases it wasn't actually a necessity. In some cases, doing a recoat made sense, prep and recoat.
Right.
And when we backed off the re-roof, let's say it was $1 million re-roof, which means we had to scarify it or tear off the foam, which creates a lot of debris removal, and in some cases gets into the cars or in a parking lot. It was actually less liability for us to go for the recoat. And what we found is that recoat, now it wasn't $1 million, maybe it was $300,000 for the recoat.
It's pennies on the dollar.
More profitable, less liability for the contractor, a faster installation job, which mind you doesn't require licensing.
No, it doesn't.
Because you're not actually tearing off the roof, putting a roof on, you're putting a coating on.
You're coating it. You're putting a membrane or painting the roof.
Yeah, painting the roof, so to say. And they still got a new 10-year labor warranty. And so in cases where the re-roof was marginal, the coating made sense. And for us, we started finding that the coating story as a fallback, instead of going through appraisal and litigation and infrared and all the stuff you got to do to get the re-roof approved on a job that size,
Yes, sir.
falling back into coating as an alternative became a win-win-win and a faster adjustment process And at the end of the day, the customer's happy, the insurance company's happy, and we were happy as a contractor.
Well, and if you look back, I mean, you're talking about 10 years ago, right? I mean, if you look back 10 years ago to now, coatings in the roofing industry have made leaps and bounds in progress. Every coating has, like I said, there's a specific place that you can use just about every kind of coating, whether it's an acrylic or a
synthetic or silicone or elastomeric.
And now there's coatings coming out, much like our polyarmor, that is just phenomenal. I mean, it has far surpassed everything that we thought it was going to do, and we've done some pretty amazing things with it. And we've got a few other things we're still getting ready to come out with, but we're come to the convention in Dallas. It's going to be a.
So you're doing your full-scale launch.
It'll be
at
all
WTS
done.
Dallas. Eric has with his partner. They'll have a breakout session on this product. They're going to have a booth on this product. And again, they're the manufacturer, but they also go out and actually certify installers.
Yes, sir.
And they're going to have a really robust course in English and Spanish, much like the wrap roof course that you took a look at today.
Yes, sir.
So that eventually people will be able to be certified online after they go through this course, get a certain test score, and then of course buy his product to get the patents and warranties and all that other stuff that goes with it. So we're excited to shoot that, and I've been waiting to do a coatings course. It's not inside the university now, and I always wanted to get one.
Well, it's really the perfect time to get into coatings. I mean, if you really look at it, I mean, right now ISO demands are through the roof. It's so hard to come by large amounts of ISO. So if you have a roof that is
they got to let those containers get to the shore. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of times they don't make it. Well, I heard from another guy, they don't actually make ISO board. I thought they made it all in China. Wonder what the shortage is, and really, a lot of these suppliers just had supply problems from COVID and manufacturing problems.
I think everybody's running into that right now.
Yeah.
But that's what's beautiful about it right now is our lead time is, we're still within 2 weeks on product. And it's because of a lot of the hard times finding different types of products and materials. We've really been able to capitalize on it. And coatings are a great option if you need to seal a building up, get it dry inside, and really take care of your customer.
What type of low slope? Let's imagine a hurricane. There's some areas ripped up, perhaps on a TPO or a mod bed. Is there certain type of roofing systems, low slope, that might be more applicable to use coatings than others?
Some of them, yes. Most of your coatings are going to require anything between a 40 to 50 degree temperature. You have to be above 40 degrees, you have to be above 50 degrees in order to use a coating for it to dry and properly adhere. Anytime you use any kind of coating, no matter what kind of coating it is, preparation is everything. You have to clean the site. You got to make sure you've got all your rips, tears, fish mouths, fish eyes. I've heard it called all kinds of different things, but you have to make sure they're sealed up. You do a full walk over top to bottom, up your parapet walls, over the top of them and all the way down, and just make sure you've got everything tidy the way it's supposed to be and sealed up. Make sure your ISO is dry underneath. And if it's not, you either tear it out, put new in, or leave it, dry it. Some people can dry those out. They have the tools and materials for that. And then go right over the top and coat it. The beautiful thing about a coating is, like you were saying, you don't have to do a full tear off. If they've already got 2 roofs or 2 layers of roof on there, you don't have to do a full tear off all the time. Not all roofs are a candidate for coatings. I want to make that clear. However, for the roofs that are, you're saving yourself time, labor,
liability.
Some of the roofs we've gone out and looked at, people said they needed a full tear off. And we got out there and looked at it. They had a few places where they were leaking. You could see where the TPO would come loose. You could see where the mod bit had come loose. They had holes in the EPDM. And it was a real easy fix to go back in, fix those target specific areas, coat the whole roof all the way up over the parapet walls, walk paths, pipe stands, whatever it is. And you can we did a 46,000 square foot building in 3 days with 4 guys.
Now, and what kind of, I'm sure guys watch this right now, what kind of warranty would come with that?
15 to 20 years.
Okay.
So it depends on the roofing system that you go with. A lot of coatings can go up that high.
We were doing 10-year labor warranties back in 2010 on a recoat. So I mean, that's good news. You get 15 or 20.
Yes, sir. Well, not all coatings are created equal.
Not all men are created equal.
Amen.
So guys, that's exciting. We're excited about the new course. We're excited to have Eric back. Last year he came in and headed up the veterans in the grand opening at WTS. You guys remember in New Orleans, which is a great show. I didn't even know I kind of knew you were jumping into this, but I know you're going to become a full-fledged entrepreneur in the roofing coatings industry. Maybe our conference had something to do with that. I don't know.
I'm sure it did. No, it's one of them things where we had it going on, and I wanted to talk to you about it. But like I said, I wanted to make sure if I was going to put my name on it, I was going to get behind it, that the product was what I'd heard the product was. And I know that Rick and my business partners, Rick and Tim, both were very adamant about making sure that I knew and understood what was going on with this product so that I could be comfortable going into this. And they've really taken their time, they've done their homework, and it's something I'm very excited to bring with SVG and have the opportunity to break out at the Win the Storm in Dallas.
I think it's a niche area, but it's a much needed niche because a lot of these guys are fighting claims and insurance claims for re-roofs, which, guys, sometimes you got to re-roof, it's got to be a re-roof. But there are cases, and I experienced it myself here, my sales guy, signs a contingency on a 1,000 squares of foam down in Gilbert, which was a marginal area of hail damage, dime-size hail, and I'd go out and meet the adjuster, second adjustment, and I'm looking at it. Of course, sales guys want to go for complete re-roof. And it just did, you could tell it wasn't damaged enough for that. And I backed down and said, "How about a recoat?" He goes, "Done."
You got a deal.
And then the property owner gets a 10-year labor warranty. He's happy. And in some cases, it's a nice back-off point, so you're not having to go to war with a carrier on a re-roof entirely. And you'll find out that some of those adjusters, because you're backing off the re-roof and going for a recoat, you actually get a nod of yes because they don't want to go down that fight either. It's a long fight.
And one thing I've noticed too is a lot of times when they don't want to go down that rabbit hole and they're like, hey, everybody, the homeowner could be happy with this or the business owner could be happy with this, the insurance is happy with this, the adjuster is, you're making money off this and you're still giving everybody what they
Faster
need.
production, less liability, and higher profit than the re-roof.
And a lot of times the adjusters and insurance guys, when they have something else come up, they'll call you just to see if that next roof can fall under this category. Mm-hmm. And it's just another way to get on the ground, beat feet, make money, and take care of people, making sure people are warm and dry.
So guys, again, Eric, partner and a manufacturer of PolyArmor, also goes out and certifies installers. He's making connections here already at boot camp to go do that with some folks here, like Michael Espinoza out there. What's up, Michael? Got a couple guys coming in early for boot camp, which is tomorrow. We got 65, 70 people coming in. And Eric's also going to be heading up. We're going to be announcing next week our free Veterans Ticket Giveaway, which we do every year. I think I did a post on earlier this year, but we didn't really push it. We're going to do a formal card. Eric is going to be the go-to just to make sure that you're a veteran, whatever you want to do to solidify that. And then he'll in turn pass it off to Becca, and they'll get their free general admission ticket to Win the Storm. So if you're a veteran, if you're a veteran-owned business, if you're a service-disabled veteran-owned business, either category, we are going to be giving out free general admission tickets like we do every year for the veterans, pay homage to the guys who serve their country.
I love that aspect. And that's what I love about SVG, man. You really you do.
Now, it doesn't mean you get a free booth, Eric, but you might get a little discount.
I'm going to pay my way. I maintain.
We'll throw a free ticket in, though.
Oh, thank you, shucks. You're going to make me blush. There's a couple of things going on at the Win the Storm this year that I'm really excited about. The veterans thing, I love that. I love my veterans. I love my combat arms, Bubbas and sisters. And then the ladies, I get to moderate the ladies board this year.
I forgot about that. So he's also co-moderator. Who's the other? Do you know who one of the moderators? Kimba
I haven't got that far yet.
Silva, one of them. But he's a moderator of the female panel, which is some of the leading managers, producers, and entrepreneurs.
Very talented women in the field.
Exactly.
By far.
They like that. They like the cowboy hat. But they can't touch the cowboy hat.
No. Nobody touches the cowboy hat.
Because last year we made the mistake of putting your cowboy hat on someone, and the wife wasn't too happy about that.
No, she was
I didn't know about the cowboy hat rules.
It's a Texas
It's
thing.
when we went to the gun range, remember?
Right. And I took my hat off because it was hot, and somebody picked it up and put it on, and my wife saw that, and she was a little more than...
Oh, she was mad.
She was... Yeah,
I got quite a few messages over that one.
Yes. I said,
I learned all about what the cowboy hat means.
So if y'all don't know, the cowboy hat down in Texas is kind of a sacred thing. It has... It's a very emotional thing. You just don't touch another man's hat. And if you're not married to the guy or with the guy, you don't pick the hat up and put it on. It is almost a sure death sentence for you and the man, because his wife does not like that. No, she's a good woman. I can't say that. My wife's a very amazing woman. I'm blessed to have her. So, but yeah, we still don't touch the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
No, everybody can buy your own cowboy hat.
We learned.
Yeah.
So guys, Eric Winn, managing partner, Polyarmor, is going to be at Winn Storm Conference and Trade Show Expo in Dallas, February 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Yes, sir.
As you saw today, we also got, we're coming up, we initially called it the Super Bowl mindset.
Yeah, well, I don't know
And
if
I
we
got
should-
a little letter today from the NFL. And they said you
can
can't
we
use
say
the
that
word
on-
Super Bowl.
I was going to say, can we say that right now?
Well, we can say it, but in advertising, like in our paid
okay.
ads,
I don't-
the word Super Bowl is trademarked.
They
And
were
I
a
found
little
that out
upset
today.
about
They were
that.
nice about it. They did a nice cease and desist and said, you have until November 10th to remove the word Super Bowl. So you guys, as you guys watch some of our paid ads and our cards coming out, you'll see the name change from the Super Bowl
Trouble.
mindset to the Roofer Bowl mindset.
Yeah.
Hey,
perfect.
it's actually more creative. So
It's
a negative
like
turns
the-
into a positive.
The S word, Roofer's Bowl.
I didn't realize you could trademark a word.
I wasn't aware you could.
You know, it's a pretty general word, but so be it. It
Yeah.
is. So now it's the Roofer Bowl mindset.
They caught me off guard.
And we're bringing in the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders to do 3 live performances. One on the Sunday tailgate pre-Super Bowl party. That's the day before when the Storm officially starts. Sponsored by SRS right there at the Convention Center. And then they're going to do an opening act of AC/DC Thunderstruck, which Autumn forbade to ever be played again because that was our first 2 years. That was our theme song. But that's also happens to be the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders theme song. They do a whole performance. at
So it
halftime.
worked out perfect.
Works out perfect. And they're also going to do another performance at WTS Industry Award Night, which is House of Blues. We got the entire venue. It's going to be a great party, great recognition of the hardworking entrepreneurs in the industry, private dining, stadium seating, live stage. We got live bands. We have an industry talent show. Lots of fun stuff planned for that Monday night. And we're excited about it. We're excited to have you back at Winn the Storm.
I'm honored to be back. It's always a good time. Guys, look, if y'all have not been to a Winn the Storm convention with SVG, it is one of the largest
Networking events in the industry.
events. And the people you meet are they're genuine and honest. They can give you good feedback. If you're real sensitive and you don't want the truth, I would avoid talking to some people, but they know what they're doing. And if you haven't been to one and you're in the roofing or storm chasing industry, it's definitely a place you want to be. I'm honored to be able to speak there. I'm real excited about going this year just because of what's coming and some of the preludes I've seen to things coming up. So
Yeah.
it's going to be an amazing event this year. I think it's going to be a lot bigger this year than it was last year.
Well, Dallas is storm capital, as you guys know. Watching this right now, Michael knows. You got a whole lot of roofing contractors, storm restoration contractors in that Dallas hub in the
Yes,
state of
sir.
Texas. We're expecting 7,000 to 10,000 attendees this year, double what we did last year because now COVID is over, thank God. We were around 4,000 last year, but because we're in Texas and people don't have to get on a plane in Texas.
I was nervous
They can
about
drive.
speaking in front of for 3,500 last year. And you don't tell me no more numbers, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's going to
come
be a big
on.
one. But we got 300,000 square feet at the Kay Bailey Dallas Convention Center, so we're excited about it. We're going to have a full trade show floor. The Trade Show Expo floor is about 80% full right now. We still have some outer booths there open. Attendee tickets, we can fit a whole lot of people in there. So we've already had record ticket sales this year from where we were at last year. So based on the next 3-month push, we expect to hit 7,000 to 10,000. My personal goal is to break 10,000, and usually I accomplish my goals. I hope to pack the house.
I have no doubt in my mind you'll hit that goal.
Guys, look for Eric at Winn the Storm. He's got a great new company, a great new story, and excited to have you here in the Speakeasy, and that's a booyah, baby. See you soon.